Hello, everyone. What's going on? So we have Brett Favre, man. He's got caught up into a scandal with former Governor Phil Bryant of Mississippi. Helped Brett Favre secure a welfare funding for the University of South Mississippi volleyball stadium. And it was some text messages that was revealed. Now, the text messages entered Monday into a state ongoing civil lawsuit over the welfare scandal, revealed that former Governor Phil Bryant pushed to make NFL legends Brett Favre's volleyball idea into a reality. Now, the text shows that the governor even guided Favre on how to write a funny proposal. This is when it gets a little sketchy. A funny proposal so that he could be accepted by the Mississippi Department of Human Services, even after Bryant ousted the former welfare agency director, which is John Davis, who was suspected of fraud. Now, Bryant texted the nonprofit founder Nancy New. Nancy New was she ended up to be finding out to be the friend's wife of Phil Bryant, and she was helped with the project. So they actually met. It was a picture of many other individuals back in 2017 to actually commence with this project. But what's really scary on this too is that hey, they have connections, but you allocating funds from misusing the government funds from the welfare that was actually supposed to help and contribute struggling residents in Mississippi. I mean, this is really sad because you think about this too. I mean, Jackson, Mississippi is specifically going through a water crisis. I mean, Mississippi is probably one of the poorest states here in this country. And, those millions of dollars are supposed to be used to help the residents to get on their feet and struggling families. But you're using that to create a volleyball stadium. That's not good. So it said a newly released text filed Monday by attorney representing Nancy New's nonprofit showed that Bryant, Favre, New, Davis, and others worked together to channel at least $5 million of the state's welfare funds to build a new volleyball stadium at the University of South Mississippi, where actually Brett Favre's daughter played the sport. So Favre received the most of the credit for raising funds to construct the facility. I think he received at least about $1.1 million. Now, Bryant has 4 years to deny any close involvement in this for years in the steering of welfare funds. A friend of Bryant's wife, Deborah, ran a nonprofit that was charged of spending tens of millions of dollars flexible federal welfare dollars outside of public view. Now get this. They said, according to the News Nation in Mississippi Today, they said the nonprofit leaders has misspent at least $77 million in funds that were supposed to help the needy, and forensic auditors found. So New pleaded guilty to 13 felony counts related to the scheme, and Davis awaits the trial, but neither Bryant nor Favre has been charged with any crime as of yet. Wow. So the message showed that it was a separate $1.1 million welfare contract. Like I see previously, he received to promote the program and the volleyball project. Wow, man. Yeah, I won't be surprised, man. Like I said, this is definitely fraud. This is like taking advantage of the poor, man. It just really makes me upset about this. I mean, granted, if you believe, Brett Favre made millions of dollars playing in the NFL for all those years, 20 plus years, you would think he would actually use some money from charity, or he could probably start a GoFundMe page or one of his money. They would have had made some connections and network with people that actually had money to actually get this done, instead of just allocating funds from the welfare program that can actually help benefit individuals, man. People that are struggling in this country. They said the FBI is still investigating the welfare scandal, but officials haven't publicly indicated which figures they might be pursuing. President Joe Biden recently nominated Todd G to serve as U.S. Attorney for the Southern District of Mississippi, a position that has been vacant for nearly 2 years. So G is a Vicksburg native who inherited the welfare investigation in his new job after serving as the deputy chief of the public integrity section of the U.S. Department of Justice since 2018. Yeah, so one more if this story develops, we're going to find out a little bit more about this. But this is like sports related content, and I can't believe this, man. Just it seems like the rich taking taking advantage of the poor just because you can get away with it. And it just amazes me that former Governor Phil Bryant is still walking around free and doing this. It's crazy, man. And if this wasn't blowing up all over the news, I mean, we would have been like, oh, they started this volleyball stadium. They constructed this volleyball stadium at this university thanks to Brett Favre and his team, but we don't even know what happened behind closed doors. It's crazy. One more thing too, they said early in 2020, a funding nonprofit saw that Bryant entered the warning days in his final term as governor. Favre and state officials scrambled to come up with the funds to finish the USM volleyball project. Communication obtained by Mississippi Today shows that another state agency that had been receiving grants from the welfare department joined talks to fund the remainder of the construction. Wow. Yeah, that's crazy, man. So it's going to be a state civil case. This seeks to recoup $24 million from 38 people or organizations that appear to have slowed biggest firing. The Athletic Foundation is not named as defendant, and the volleyball stadium was not discussed once it's in the complaint. So the state council has now rescheduled several depositions that was supposed to take place this month, including one with Favre. Yeah, so that's pretty much all I really have to say. I'm going to go ahead and close in and out. But yeah, just read the story here. I'm gonna have the link in the description box if you guys, into this. But it's emails. This is some evidence, man. They can probably use in the court of law if he's to be charged for fraud. This is misuse of government funding, man. But yeah, it's just unfortunate, man. Man, this is why one thing too. Before I close, I actually, I had to pay. I won't say pay homage, but I had to pay respects to Trey the Truth when he actually did something about this. He is a celebrity, a rapper, an influencer, and he, delivered clean water filters for the residents of Jackson, Mississippi. Because during the the water crisis that's going on, unfortunately, man, in those poor areas, it seems like this stuff, is happening in poor areas, and just nobody cares, man. But that's all we have to say, man. We're gonna uplift our community, but we're gonna see who's gonna get to the bottom of this, and if Brett Favre and the other people who was had their hand in this too will be charged for this. But like, comment, subscribe, share this video. Tell me what you guys think. I love you guys. Thank you for the support. I'm out. Deuces.